What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be RuPaul's Drag Race, season 12 episode. What episode is this? I didn't write it down. Episode 11. Last week was a double Shantae You Stay, so there really wasn't a discussion of who left and how much we really love her and going to miss her, blah, blah, blah. The only thing that kind of really went down was that Miss Gigi Good made a comment about when I realized that it was a double Shantae You Stay and I realized Heidi wasn't going home. I was thinking, oh no. And of course, the first reaction was, what? Then she went on to explain that she was like, at this point, she thought they were about to be down to final five, and now basically they have another week, and it's just a whole nother level of anxiety. But my thing was, why you say Heidi name? Why you ain't say Jackie name? Since Heidi's name was called first, so I feel like if Rue hadn't done a double Shantae You Stay, I really feel like Heidi would have stayed and Jackie would have went home. But whatever. So we're going to this week's challenge, and the mini challenge is the puppet game. Y'all know we've done this game before. Rue made it seem like they haven't done it in a long time, but I don't feel like it's been that long. I mean, maybe they didn't do it last season, but child, I feel like it wasn't that long ago that they did the puppet game. But whatever, y'all know the game. They pull a puppet out the hole, and it's labeled, one of the queens. And from there, they have to drag it up, and then they basically tell jokes. It's just another level of the reading rainbow, which we have not, the reading room, not reading, whatever it is, but we haven't seen that yet. But we have seen variations of it so far this season. Now, here are the puppets as follows. Jada picked Gigi. Crystal picked Jada. Jackie picked Sherry. Sherry picked Heidi. Heidi picked Crystal. I feel like, because they edit the stuff down, so they show you the funniest moments. So it's always interesting when they get to one that really had no funny moments, because I feel like they try to show the highlights of what everybody did. For me, Jackie, Crystal was funny, Jackie was funny. The person that bombed the worst was Gigi. Gigi, it was crickets. And my thing is, when they can't even find a little bit, just a little bit to show them a joke, that's when you really did horrible. So Gigi totally bombed it. Jackie won. So the maxi challenge is the one woman show. They have 5 minutes, make me laugh, whatever. Jackie, because she won the mini challenge, she gets to pick the order. So of course, here's the thing. Everybody wanted to be in the middle. Nobody wanted to go last. Jackie's thing was, I'm going to go first. I'm going to go on and say what I got to say and get the hell out of the way. But nobody wanted to be last. Now, me personally, if I'm in the competition, because nobody really wants to go last, and that's always the hardest spot, then the person I'm going to put last is going to be the person that I see as my toughest competition. So I really wasn't mad at who she picked to go last, because Jada is who she picked to go last. And Jada has won the last 2 weeks, and Jada really has been consistent. The other two people that I wouldn't have been really mad about her putting at the end would have been Gigi and would have been Sherry. Now, I'm going to tell you why I would have chosen Gigi. Because Gigi had totally bombed at the puppet show. Out of everybody, she bombed at the puppet show. And Gigi, even though she's had a couple of bad weeks, y'all can't tell me y'all don't see what's going on. Even though y'all are in it and y'all are in the workroom, y'all see them. Y'all see how they've been saving Gigi's ass. Y'all see that she's that she's one of the judges' favorites. Baby, Gigi would have been at the end of that rotation so damn fast. But it was Jackie first, then Crystal, Heidi, Gigi, Sherry, Jada. Okay? Now listen. I'm going to take me about a 1-minute break right now so I can fan out. Okay? Anybody who follows me, and if y'all don't follow me, go on and subscribe and follow me. But if anybody who follows me and y'all come into my lives, y'all know how I feel about this woman. Y'all know how I feel about Whoopi Goldberg. Now, I keep telling y'all, if anybody know anybody that know Whoopi Goldberg, please, please, please tell Whoopi I love her. I feel like the day I meet Whoopi, and I'm going to meet her, it's in my mind. I have ordained it to happen. It might not be till I get to heaven, but I'm going to meet Whoopi Goldberg, okay? the day I meet her, I feel like I'm just gonna fan out and I'm not gonna be able to do anything and I'm just gonna be a blubbering idiot of tears. I just feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like, I'm in my vision, I see that I'm going to go to the View. I've been trying to get to the View for 10 years. But one of these days I'm gonna actually make it to the damn View when Whoopi Goldberg is there. And I feel like the minute she walk out, I'm just gonna cry. Like, I'm just gonna sit there for 15 minutes crying. I'm not gonna hear none of the hot topics because all I'm gonna be doing is crying because I'm in the presence of greatness. Okay, so that's my fan moment. Love me some Whoopi Goldberg, and she is the guest judge this week. And not only is she the guest judge, but she is also going to be like their mentor for them getting ready for their one-woman show. Now listen, there is nobody greater than a Whoopi Goldberg to help you get ready for your one-woman show. That is what propelled Whoopi Goldberg into Whoopi Goldberg. I still remember as a kid watching her one-woman show on HBO, and she put that damn a sheet on her head and started talking about her long, luxurious blonde hair. Baby. I was about to have a moment. Okay. So as they were coming through, Jackie came through for her tutorial first. And Jackie was saying that she really was kind of telling, her skit wasn't funny. Like, it wasn't really landing. And what Rue and Whoopi both told her was, listen, open yourself up to it. Open up to the possibility. Be what it is. Like, be vulnerable. Like, stop trying to fit into a certain mode or whatever. Be vulnerable to what your story is. And so, Jackie talked about the what's the word I'm looking for? The dynamic, that's not the word I'm looking for, but that's all I got right now. Between the yin and yang is what I was looking for. Thank you. She starts talking about the yin and yang between her mom and her dad. And she's been telling us throughout the season that both of her parents are very, traditional, from Iran, how her mom had really had it in her head that she was going to become, a doctor, and how her mother really has not accepted the fact that he's gay, much less doesn't even know that he does drag. Dad, all in, like, I got you, I'm here. And a lot of times we hear the opposite. So they told her, listen, figure out a way to be vulnerable, figure out a way to let that shine, right? Then we had Crystal Method come through, and Crystal Method was like, I'm gonna be a male exotic dancer. But yeah, but like a drag male exotic dancer. It was weird, but excuse me. And so, of course, they were making fun of the mullet again because, RuPaul was like, well, how would El DeBarge dance? And, of course, she still doesn't know who El DeBarge is. And so she just did something really silly. They both laughed. Then they started yelling out dances for her to do. Honey, when she did the jerk, why did she emulate herself jerking off? Whoopi was like, keep that in. I don't give a damn what you do. You keep that in right there. And it was absolutely hilarious. Okay. Heidi decided that she was going to do her family at the family cookout. Now, listen, I was waiting for this to be let me fall out my chair hilarious, because we all, no matter who your family is, no matter who, white, black, old, young, whatever, everybody has characters in their family. Everybody has people in their family that you can make them funny. And I feel like Heidi knows how to tell a story. So I was like, okay, Heidi is about to give me some real Medea with all the different characters and gonna have me dying. Not so much. But we'll get there. Gigi was doing this flight attendant thing where you're taking the flight to hell. Now, let me say this, and I'm not, okay. I find myself becoming a little jaded on Gigi right now. So I hope this is not coming from a place of hate. But I really feel like I'm waiting. I am waiting. I'm going to give it a week. I'm waiting for someone to claim credit for this skit. Something tells me, it feels familiar. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Some variation of the flight to hell with the flight attendant. I feel like I have seen it before. I could be wrong. And I could be hating. But I really feel like I've seen it before. I'm going to give it a week. I'm going to be watching Jake Yahtzee or somebody else to see what's really going to come out, because I just feel like I have seen this before. But whatever. Okay, that's what she did. Sherry was doing some psychic goldfish thing. I don't really feel like that's my kind of humor, but I'm gonna wait and see what she come up with, because it didn't even sound funny. And then Jada Essence Hall was telling a story. Now, they didn't really show a lot of her story. They showed her struggling a lot through her rehearsal, and then she did what I would have done. She took that moment to let Whoopi Goldberg know how much she loved her, and how, Whoopi just got her through, okay? And she felt like she was destined to meet her, because she kept listening to the she kept listening to the Color Purple soundtrack when she was getting ready for a drag race, honey, and how she was she was ordained to be here. And you know what? I'm with you, girl. I feel like signs happen, So, okay, so we get to the actual performance. Now, let me say this: Jackie killed it. Jackie came out dressed as Jack. She was in drag, full drag. She had two sets of glasses. She had a pair of glasses that represented her father on a stool, and then she had a pair of glasses that represented her mother on the other stool. And so she proceeded to tell her story and explain how growing up in this household of very traditional, immigrant parents, you're going to become a doctor. I have your whole life planned out for you, versus the father who's like, listen, you decide you want to be a dancer. Okay, cool. You still going to be the best dancer there is. I'm going to get you every dance lesson in the world. You're going to take everything from flamingo to tap to jazz to whatever. It was funny. It was hilarious. And I want to hear more. Meaning, like, give me some skits. I want to hear more of these skits. I want you to tell me different things that have happened in your life, and how your father reacted and how your mother reacted. It was so funny. She was the best for me of the night. Crystal came out. Now, baby, I'm going to say that. Let me take that back. Crystal and her, I would say, were tied, because both of them were freaking hilarious. Crystal had her whole face made up, but she was like this muscle, like 1980s aerobics. She had the spray paint jeans, and she had the fake body with the tattoos, and it was, and then she started talking about all these different crazy, stupid dances, and honey, and she kept that jerk in there. She absolutely kept it in there. When she got done, I wanted the DVD, because she said she was going to be in the back selling DVDs. When she got done, I wanted that DVD, okay? I wanted the whole DVD of her doing these stupid, crazy dances. It was hilarious. And as far as I was concerned, we could have stopped there. But let's keep going. Heidi. There was so much promise in what Heidi was doing. She lost herself somewhere in the middle of the skit. She had Grandma, she had Sherry, she had her, her cousin. I forgot his name. We're gonna call him Mo, because everybody got a Mo in their family. And then she had the drunk uncle, which everybody got a drunk uncle, child. And it could have been funny. I agreed with RuPaul when they got to the critique. RuPaul was saying maybe if she had taken some of those characters out and only had 2, maybe 3 at the most, like maybe she tried to do too many characters. All of them gave her credit for swinging for the fences. Like, all of them said, listen, you swung for the fences. Unfortunately, you struck out. Which I agree with. It wasn't that funny. I was sort of cringing for her, because I was waiting for Heidi to have me falling out my seat. And I feel like in that moment, Heidi sort of became a victim of her own success, as far as people knowing how funny she is, because it wasn't that it wasn't funny. It just wasn't that funny. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if she hadn't been the comic relief the whole season, maybe she might have slid by. But it still really wasn't that funny. Had she done, now, what Jackie Cox did was so cute, yet it was subtle, yet the fact that she changed glasses. When she was speaking as her mother, she put on her mother's glasses and spoke, with her mother's voice. And then when she was speaking as her father, because her voice really didn't sound that different between her voice and her father when she was being her father, but the glasses let you know who she was talking about. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, so I was real disappointed with Heidi, but then I was thinking about mine. Well, please let somebody bomb worse than Heidi, child. Let somebody bomb worse than Heidi. But Gigi, she did her thing with the stewardess. she did it, but she wasn't fully committed to it, which has been her problem the whole season. Like, when it comes to acting challenges and stuff like that, like, you're there, but you're not fully committed to it. Okay. Sherry, I didn't think Sherry was that funny. They seem to think she was funny. Because again, that's not my kind of humor. I didn't find it that funny. And they had 5 minutes. Sherry was on stage, I think they said, for 17 minutes. Now, here's my problem with that. Why ain't nobody cut her off? Why was she allowed to stay on stage for 17 minutes? I feel like there should have been somebody in the back giving them a signal, telling them to wind it up. Wrap that thing up, boo. Wrap it up. Because Jada was supposed to come out and do what she did. She came out to close, but I feel like Sherry, I just didn't understand why they let her do that. I don't understand it. You mean to tell me that everybody else miraculously knew when it was 5 minutes to stop, and they didn't get carried away, they didn't go over their time? Stop it. And 3 times the amount? Like, they didn't cut her off at 7 minutes, they didn't cut her off at 10 minutes, they let her just keep going for 17 minutes while Jada was waiting. Had Sherry been last, I might not have even been tripping. Like, okay, well, she was last, what's the big deal? But you got somebody behind you that's been nervous, that's been waiting the whole time. I felt like that was I felt like that was messed up. And Michelle Visage was blaming. She was putting a lot of that on Nina West, but I put a lot of that on production. I feel like that's when you shut her ass down. Play the Oscar music or something. Do something. Hell. Anyway, whatever. So the runway was Purple Rain. Okay, the color purple. Sorry. I said Purple Rain. The color purple, which of course I was here for. Jackie Cox gave us a very campy interpretation as a song. I'm not familiar with the song, but it has something to do with people being purple and taking what's that stuff they put on there? What's the little things they put on stamps? Was it LSD or Molly? Whatever. I didn't get it, but it was cute. Like, it was a cute campy, very campy. If you knew the song reference, which of course Michelle Visage knew the song, it immediately made sense. Crystal Method came out as a purple cow. It was cute. It was very Crystal Method. I thought her makeup was really cute because she had the whole purple thing going on. Now, when they were doing the critiques, Michelle Visage said, "Oh, and you took such a risk with your makeup." And I'm thinking to myself, no, the hell she didn't. Listen, I think Crystal Method is when I say she know how to do makeup, baby, she know how to do some makeup. But would I say that look was totally different than anything we've seen this season from her? No. But it was beautiful. But don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that's a whole different look. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. Heidi came out, and I think that might be Heidi's best makeup look the whole season. Her face was beat, bitch. She did that. And she had this beautiful purple gown. Gorgeous purple gown. It was great. Gigi Good, she did the whole Scooby-Doo. It wasn't Velma. What's the other girl's name? The skinny one. Velma's the smart one with the glasses that somebody said I look like Velma, but that's another conversation for another day, child. But the other one. And it was cute. And it was a complete look. She had it from the wig on down. It was cute. Nina West, her makeup was beautiful. I mean, her makeup was to die for. But her outfit was, I mean, it was a corset with feathers and a tail. Didn't really do a lot for me. Meh. But the makeup was banging, okay? She had this whole thing going on with the makeup. It was good. It was good. And it was sort of like a cat thing, I think. She's supposed to have the cat was supposed to be the tails, and because she had ears and her makeup was, but okay. Jada Essence Hall. Y'all know that bitch did it. I keep telling y'all she don't get it wrong on the damn runway. She wore a gown as well. It was a slit from her navel all the way down. She was showing legs. She had these thigh-high purple boots that matched the dress. Bitch. Okay. Everything. Now the critiques, of course, I kind of been throwing out the critiques as I've been going through. Um, they loved Jackie Cox. They loved Crystal Method. Wasn't crazy about Jay. Oh, my bad. I totally forgot about to tell you about Jada. See, I got so caught up talking about damn Sherry Pie. Jada totally bombed. She was telling a story about at a pageant where she peed on the stage. Listen, I even fast forwarded through the story. It was cringe worthy to watch. Like, I hated to see how bad she was bombing. Now, the one thing I will say is she does know how to laugh at herself, and she was like, "Oh, so y'all just not really feeling this." I feel like I agree with what Michelle Visage said, is that, or whoever said it. In that moment, she should have pivoted. Like, when you realize that the crowd wasn't with you and you threw that joke out there and they laughed, say, okay, fine. Y'all don't like that story. Let me give y'all something else. And you could have just made something up. Nobody knows whether it really happened or not. Make up some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just speed the story up or do something. But again, I felt like I agree with the judges. Once you realized that they wasn't really buying it, you sort of kind of gave up on the whole shtick and was like, let me just get to the end of my damn 5 minutes. Let me just tell the story and let me get to the end. And I get it. You know, I get it. You get nervous and all of the above. So anyway, back to the runway, okay? So the winner was Crystal Method, and she deserved it. She did that. She absolutely deserved that win. She was the winner. The bottom two, which I saw this coming, Jada and Heidi. Now, personally, I think in that moment, RuPaul may have regretted doing a double Shantae the week before. And maybe not, because in that moment I'm thinking Heidi and Jada about to do the damn thing, but it was time for Heidi to go home. And I love Heidi, y'all. And RuPaul told, I love Heidi. But I was saying that earlier today when we were talking about All Stars. I said, if Heidi does go home tonight, I won't be upset, because Heidi, I think, has done all she can do with this show. I think she has shown us what she needs to show us. She's definitely going to be requested. I hate the fact that Rona has sort of stopped a lot of their bag, because this is the time that the people who are on Drag Race are making money. They're out here making money because people want to book them, because they're hot, because they're out there, because they're on the show. So I feel bad because a lot of them aren't getting what they need to be getting or what they should be getting. And I really didn't feel like it was time for Jada to go. Even though she had a bad week, it wasn't time for her to go. So unless Jada totally pooped the stage, I knew in that moment Heidi was going, right? But let me tell you what did happen. They were doing 1999 by Prince, because I'm sure they probably wanted too much money to actually do Purple Rain, honey. And then they probably wanted an upbeat Prince song, but they were keeping with the whole purple theme, whatever. Bitch, when I tell you, Jada Essence Hall did a reveal in the beginning, because in the beginning she had this long blonde. She took that hat off, and that wig was attached to the hat. And she had a wig reveal with this short curly thing going on. And from that moment until the end, she commanded that stage. I didn't take my eyes off of her. And don't get me wrong, Heidi was being Heidi, but Jada commanded that stage. Do you hear me, bitch? I said, ooh. And it was a couple of times where they went to Heidi, and Heidi was messing up the damn lyrics. I said, how you mess up 1999? You've been singing it for 30 years. Well, I've been. I don't know about you, Heidi, child. Heidi, are you even 30 years old, baby? Anyway, so it was a Shantae, you stay for Jada, and Heidi left. And of course, it was very emotional. But Ru told Heidi point blank, she said, you are a star. She said, people are going to book you. You've done what you came here to do. People know your name. She said, and I'm going to tell you now, you need to go home, and you need to pack, and you need to relocate to Los Angeles or to Manhattan, because you are about to do the damn thing. And I agree 100%. I don't know where you are right now, Heidi, because you probably couldn't go nowhere till the show started and all of that. And I know Rona didn't shut it down. But what I tell you, what you better be doing is you better be looking at apartments online, whether it be New York, whether it be Los Angeles. You better be making some connections. You better be doing that thing so that the minute that the world opens back up, bitch, I better see you booked from here to Kingdom Come. You hear me? Because yes, Heidi, you did that. You did that. So that was it, you guys. I'm not mad at the top 5. You know, I'm not mad at the top 5, other than the fact that I think Jackie Cox should have left a week ago. But I ain't mad because she sort of redeemed herself this week because she did that this week. So it's whatever. So with that being said, you guys, that's it. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.